What's going on, guys? PackDaddy here, bringing you the next Hut Draft. Now, we're going to be doing lowest overall in this episode. Now, I know you're looking in the comment section of the previous Hut Draft and saying, hey, wait a minute. The funniest names had like 800 upvotes. So, what's actually going on with that one is, since I don't want to be the one deciding what's funny, because what's funny to me might not be what's funny to like 99% of the rest of the community. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be posting a link in the description of this video. It's like a questionnaire kind of. I'm going to be scrambling up the players that came up when I did all of the Hut drafts, and you're basically going to be choosing them, but it's not going to be you're choosing from the 5 that show up on the screen. I'm going to be mixing them up. So you're just going to be voting for which one's funniest, and then that will reveal to me which ones you guys find the most funniest names. I'll reveal the results in the next episode of the Hut draft, and then that will be our team. If it's confusing, don't worry about it. Just go in the link to the description and follow the instructions. It'll all be very clear. Which brings us now to the lowest overall Hut draft. We have about 600,000 coins, and I need every single coin because I have no limit to my buy now range. I'm hoping that this is filled with some of the highest rated players overall, so that way we get as many players as we can in here and try and bump out the bad cards, because there are some good ones. And I'm going to go ahead and describe to you the first one when we pick up our first left winger, and describe to you guys which ones, because there's still some confusion to which cards I can buy in this one. And I said before, it's the first 5, so we're going to go here with the first left winger. Hopefully we can get somebody good. We're getting Jacob De La Rose is the lowest. Oh, it's a tie. It could be Dimitri Jaskin or Jacob De La Rose. Jacob De La Rose. I don't know how it is pronounced. But this is who we can choose from. So obviously there's some lower people. Are there any lower people? There are actually not, so this is a bad example. But these 5 players right here, Perron, Jacob De La Rose, Andre Palat, Dimitri Jaskin, and Max Pacioretty are the 5 cards that we can choose from. Anybody right here is the only people we can go from. Nobody over here, nobody on the bottom row, these first 5. NHL 16 rules. So we're going to go ahead and pick up. Normally I would say Jacob De La Rose for the team wheel, but this is Series 2, so I'm going to be picking up Dimitri Jaskin. Remember, tiebreaker goes to the better art, and it looks like it's automatically refreshed us. So good thing I already wrote this one down, so we're going to be picking up Jaskin for the first left winger. Moving on now to the center position, lowest overall Hut draft. Have to take the lowest overall card. Let's see who we got here. Oh, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is why I had my buy now set price so freaking high, so we can pick up one of these first 5. These are still really good cards. Getzlaf, sorry, his art is not as good as the Series 2, so we're picking between Draisaitl and Mark Scheifele. I think right now we're going to have to pick up Leon Draisaitl. I loved him in NHL 16, so I'm going to be picking up his Series 2 in this one. So that's going to be Leon Draisaitl for our first center. I'm loving that pickup. Continuing on now to the right wing position, lowest overall. We have no buyout right now, and okay, looking like it's gonna be David Pastrnak Team of the Week right here. Love the Team of the Week because of the synergies that it brings us. The more chances we have at picking up synergies, the better the chance that we're actually gonna get a synergy. So that's awesome. We're picking up Pastrnak, 86 overall Team of the Week Pastrnak. First line of forwards has been already picked up on the team. We got Jaskin, Draisaitl, and Team of the Week Pastrnak. Moving on to the left defenseman. Hopefully we can get some more great players out of this one. And oof, we've taken a hit on this one. Luca Spiza, heavy hitter. Look at that. His heavy hitter is an 85 checking. What are you doing? Okay, I guess we're picking up this guy for our defensive guy because, I mean, I'm not too happy with this one because I love having big, beefy guys on defense. Yeah, if you take that clip, I love big, beefy guys. You could probably do some damage on Twitter, so forget I ever said that. But we're picking up Spiza for this one for our first lefty. Okay, moving on to the right defenseman now. We got a common gold card on this one, and we have yet to run into a bronze card yet, so fingers crossed that does not happen. But Connor Carrick, I'm sorry if I butcher these names, but I'm going to be running into a lot of players who are really, really terrible, so I'm not going to know how to pronounce your guys' names, whether these guys are rookies in the league or guys coming up from the juniors or whatever they are. I'm not going to be able to pronounce most of these guys' names. So that's my forewarning for the rest of this series, but Connor Carrick is going to be the first right defenseman we pick up. Okay, here comes the one I'm really nervous about, getting a goalie. Because you can kind of have a terrible team, but your goalie really has to be your last line of defense. The last guy you can depend upon. Hopefully we can get somebody good right here. Come on, goalie. What do you got for me? And I'm happy with this. Oh, Eddie Lack, 85. Okay, it's better. It's good, but we almost had to pick up Nicholas Turtle. But fortunately for us, remember, it is these first 5 right here between Lettinen, Anderson, Lack, Mason, and Cam Ward. So that's going to be these 5 we have to choose from, the lowest one overall. So that's going to be Series 2, Eddie Lack. Hopefully he's feeling a lot better. No, that was Cam Ward who got hurt. One of the 2 Carolinas got hurt, and it was very unfortunate, but he is okay. He walked out of the hospital. Everything is fine. But Eddie Lack is going to be our first goalie we're picking up for the team. All right, the first run-through has successfully been completed. We've picked up our team. We've gotten some good players, some not so good players, and some goalies. So that's all right. We're going on to the left wing, the second one right now. Oh man, if Tanner Glass wasn't right here, we'd have gotten some more good players. We'd have gotten a Patrick Sharp right there. Look at that Panarin. Filthy. That would have been awesome if I could like pick up one of those. It just comes up like Movember straight across the board. Somebody go online right now as I'm recording this, even though you don't know I'm recording this, and stack those Movembers, and hopefully I can get one. But it's going to be Tanner Glass on this one. 79 overall with 87 checking. Maybe I could put him on D. That's not a bad idea. Maybe I'll think about that one. But Tanner Glass is the second left winger on the team. Let's get on to it. The second centerman for this lowest overall Hut draft. And, oh, yes, we're going to get to pick up a flashback card. 3 for Cycle Game and 2 for the X-Ray Vision. I can never remember what this one's called. It was almost Dominic Moore, but then again, we have to pick the cooler art card. So that's going to be Jordan Stahl with the 85 overall flashback card. Let's go check out these stats real quick. I'm kind of interested. I've never picked up one of these guys before. I mean, the stats aren't terrible, but then again, checking in defense is really good. Maybe a good 4th line card, maybe some defense. We'll figure that one out when we come to it. Pretty awesome card though. I'm really happy that we're going to be picking up some fun cards. It's always fun when you get these good cards, these interesting cards, these neat concept cards. So we're going to be picking up him, Stahl, for the second center. Right wing number 2. Let's get straight into this one. Anybody? Okay, we got Steve Downey, 85 overall for a silver. That's pretty good. Net front presence, hopefully. That's a pretty good synergy. Maybe we can get a couple more of those. But it's going to be Steve Downey, the silver card. Pretty awesome. It's I think that's our first silver card that we've gotten in this lowest overall Hut draft. Fingers crossed that continues at that pattern, that we don't get too many of them. But as it stands right now, we got our first one at Steve Downey. Hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. The anticipation as these cards are about to come out is as thrilling to you as it is to me, and it's just a lot of fun until Joe Morrow comes up and completely screws us out of everything. A 79 overall, but it is a team wheel. I doubt we're going to be able to pick up 7 more team wheels before this Hut draft is over with, but fingers crossed, you never know. Pulling up the rear with the second right defenseman for the lowest overall Hut draft team. Ooh, that is going to be a hit. Matt Spencer. Highest stat is a 77 skating. There's 2 of them. I mean, normally when there's a duplicate, we go 1 more, but it doesn't look like Kevin Shattenkirk, who's higher than everybody else, is not going to help our case out right here. 71, that is low. Does he have any good qualities about him? Let's see, what is his highest quality? It's going to be slap shot power, if I'm scanning this as quick as I am correctly. Is 83? I mean, it could be worse. It could be in the 70s like the rest of his stats are, but Matt Spencer with the, I think that's the same team that we just picked up Stahl from. So, all right, here we go. Matt Spencer for our second right defenseman. Okay, now it's time to pick up our second goalie. This is where I'm hoping I can really luck out and really get a good card here. If it's just 5 legends across the board, I'll be completely happy on this one, because we have had a while before we've gotten a good card. Okay, we didn't get rammed again, But it's looking like we're going to be picking up Mike Condon for this one. 85 overall goalie for the Senators. Having a pretty good year. So hopefully he has a pretty good year for us. I'm still not sure who I would like to start. Maybe we'll switch him out halfway through the game. But our second goalie is going to be Mike Condon. You guys ready for line 3? Here comes first left winger. Since that first round, we haven't got much out of anything, but wow, 86 overall, and Alexander Killorn, or Andrew Cogliano. Wow, this is a tough one. 86 is the lowest one, and obviously these Series 2 do not match up to this milestone, and the Christmas cards, I'm honestly thinking I'm going to, ooh, there's another team wheel, but I just don't think I'm going to be able to do it. So I'm going to take this Alex Killorn Christmas card. So that's a pretty awesome card. Had it for a little bit, got rid of it because it just wasn't enough. But hopefully on this lowest overall Hut draft, this Christmas card is going to shine for us. So Alex Killorn, welcome to the team. Third line centers. Here we go. Oh, wow. Anthony, oh no, Frederick Gaudreau. Hopefully this card still exists, because some of these tiny rare cards with the team of the weeks, they aren't really as numerous on the market. So hopefully we can fill that one out. Thought we were going to get Anthony Beauvillier. I'm terrible with names. Can't do it, but it is going to be 79 overall Frederick Gaudreau. We got Gaudreau on the team, guys. How about that? So the third center on the team is Frederick Gaudreau, who plays in the AHL. I don't know what team that is. The Pirates. Let's call it the, I don't even know. Annapolis Pirates. That's my guess. Carrying it on to the third right wing. We just got another team of the week, so that's pretty good. But it is going to be 86s all around. That's pretty good. And it's going to be Milestone Hossa. 86 Milestone Hossa. It's a pretty fun card. I'm getting some pretty awesome cards out of doing this lowest overall. It's gotten me these people who are bottom of the barrel, who still mean something to their teams, but don't get that superstar treatment, and they're finally shining in this lowest overall Hut draft. So Marian Hossa finally having his time in the spotlight as an 86 overall milestone for this Hut draft as the third right winger. It is now time to pick the last line of defense for the lowest overall Hut draft. And okay, I thought we were going to get a Matt Irwin team of the week, but it's going to be Olli Mata from the Penguins. A decently overall average guy, I guess you could say. Look at his stats, they're pretty good. Skating is alright, checking and defense could be worse. You know, it could be Maxim Belaguer. But what are they doing with these names? They're just pranking me at this point, putting the hardest ones out there for me. At least it's not Stefan Falkovsky. Anywho, we're picking up Olli Mata for this one. That's all you need to take away out of this round. Okay, final defensive card for the team. Here we go. Let's see what the auction house brings us for this one. It's going to be 85 overall Zach Bogosian. If we didn't pick up, like, look at these. If this guy wasn't here, Matt Niskanen wasn't here, if Seth Jones wasn't here, we get to pick from Tyson Barrie, Dougie Hamilton All-Star, McInnes, Al McInnes. Holy cow. 2 McInneses we get to pick from, and then let's just imagine Frank Corrado isn't here. Then we could have picked up Sergei Zbrovsky. That's so close to Sergei Bobrovsky. Sergei Zbrovsky. I'm going to butcher so many names in this episode, it's not even funny. Alright, the team is almost complete, but we have one more line of forwards to go. This is where we need to blow like the other 550,000 pucks that we have left over from what we have purchased yet so far in this team, because we haven't gotten much right there. And yes, we got Nikita Popogev. I don't even know. What's the point in trying at this point? I'm just going to say bronze card from this at this point on. We're picking up Nikita at 71 overall. I think that's tied for the lowest. I think we have 2 71s. At least they're rare. At least they're not common bronze cards. So Nikita Popogev, we're going to pick him up as the last left wing for our team. 2 more cards remaining that we need to pick up for the team. We're going to go with the centerman right now. Looking for those solid cards overall. Brandon Sutter. Okay, 84 overall card. Let's see if any of these guys' face-off stats are decent. He has an 80 face-off stat. I could have had a lot worse. Most of the cards in this game who are just completely neglected. It's like a 61 or like a 65 for face-off. So an 80 I'm pretty happy with. Then again, once I get all these players, I'm going to switch all the best face-off guys to center no matter what position they're in. It is now time for the final card of the lowest overall HUT draft. It's going to be the last right winger for the team. We've gotten three bronze cards maybe at this point. I think a silver or two. So let's see what we're getting with the last one. Here we go. Oh, okay. We finally get graced with somewhat of a good card. It's going to be 86 overall Cam Atkinson. I got so excited. I didn't imagine if we didn't have Atkinson. Oh, it could have been so much better. I mean, Craig Smith, I guess, is not much better. But Cam Atkinson, 86 overall, is a good last pickup. Happy to have some young talent on the team. But most of the guys on this team are young talent. I mean, we're picking up these bronzes and silvers. I mean, those guys are young, 18, 19 years old. And Cam Atkinson looks like he's 14. What is he? Actually, 27. Holy cow, what is he doing? That kid looks like he's 14, but he definitely plays like a veteran in the league. Really, really good card. Really happy to pick him up, and he is the final pickup for our team. I just threw my pen, my bad. So the only issue we had when picking up the players is we could not get this Popagiv. This Nikita Popagiv was not a card that was on the auction house. Too many of these cards, I guess, were not drawn from the packs. So unfortunately, we had to pick somebody else. That somebody else was Dryden Hunt. Worth 1,000 coins. Hopefully he's worth that on the team, but we're going to have to pick him up. I just wanted to do the same team, so that way he could fill in the place for the card we didn't get. Now this is the team we're rocking. Normally what we do is we try and put similar card types, whether it be Team of the Week, Series 2, together on the same line, but we're just trying to salvage a win in this game. It's lowest overall. I mean, cut me some slack here. So we're going to head and went and put Cam Atkinson, Jordan Stahl Flashback, and Dryden Hunt on the first line. The second line is looking a bit more festive with the Alex Killorn Christmas, Milestone Hossa, and Dmitry Yaskin. So that's the second line. Brandon Suter, Joe Morrow, and David Pasternak. As you can see, Morrow, the defenseman, playing wing. Frederick Gaudreau, Matt Spencer, and Draisaitl, the other defenseman, is also sitting there on the fourth line. Because I wanted to put those big, beefy guys up there on the defensive side of things. So let's check those out. We got Connor Carrick and Luka Spisa. One right defense, one left defense normally. Tanner Glass, Zach Bogosian brought Tanner Glass back so we could get that defensive presence on the team. And then Oli Mata and Steve Downey. That's the other winger that we're putting back there. So that's the player side of things. Now with the goalies, we have Mike Condon and Eddie Lack. But since the goalies and teams tend to rally upon fallen players, since Cam Ward was injured the following night, I think what we're going to have to do is put Eddie Lack into the place of Mike Condon, just because I believe that he's going to step up to the opportunity and actually be able to play a phenomenal game for us, fingers crossed. So here we go with the gameplay. This is our first game of Division 2. We won the Division 3 title. Everything is going fine. Have yet to lose a game in the HUT draft for the NHL 17 year. Fingers crossed that continues. With the crazy jerseys though, crazy teams usually. I find that there's an increased skill gap. Hopefully it doesn't go this way. The first turnover comes when Oli Mata intercepts the pass, gets into the zone, cuts inside, throws it back to that top corner, and he nets one. Oli Mata, the defenseman, Pittsburgh Penguins, I think he's an 84 overall. We'll see here in a second, because what I'm doing now is everybody who scores, I throw up their card right next to it, so you can see who scored. You can see the stats that I scored with. But at the end of the first period, that's all that happened. 5-2 shots. Time on attack heavy in my favor as it stands right now. And here comes the second big play of the game. Alex Killorn is skating it down. It looks like he is going to be caught, but he has a very fast defenseman and actually steals the puck from me at the last second. But then we got Marian Hossa AI making plays over here. We're going to take it back, throw it up to the point, do the D-to-D clapper, and Alex Killorn is going to get a stick on it. He's getting redemption from when he had the robbery stolen from him on that breakaway. So that's a 2-0 advantage. We're only 5 minutes into the second period. Things are going swimmingly. We see that Alex Killorn Christmas card assisted by Tanner Glass and Zach Bogosian. And unfortunately, we are not able to hold the shutout. What I thought was my player taking the puck out of the zone, it rolled right off of his sticks, right onto the stick blade of Evander Kane. So he's going to net one, breaking Eddie Lack's shutout. Cam Ward is letting a tear out for his brethren, his Carolina Hurricanes brethren. So there is no shutout in the likes for Eddie Lack in this game, 2-1. Right off the next faceoff, though, we have Stahl winning the faceoff, taking it back to Carrick. Carrick is going to go for the pass. It gets blocked. Spisa entering the zone on his own, trying to take matters into his own hands. Gets through the D, but he gets the puck lost, and Stahl goes for the pass, and it goes errant and goes right through the legs of Gibson on the other team. Very, very happy about that, and just like that, we have our 2-goal advantage back. I feel really good about having a 2-goal advantage, so that's wonderful. These games are going pretty well so far. Once again, we have not lost a game, and this is lowest hut. This is where I expected it to happen. So 3-1, love that face by him right there. That's his O face. And we got at the end of this period, things are pretty tied up. He closed the gap on time on attack. Total shots is just about the same. Passing is just about the same, sometimes in his favor. So that play is going all right until the next play. He has a bad pass coming out, an errant pass coming out of his zone, and Draisaitl is going to capitalize. Highest rated player on our team is going to walk around front of his goalie. He left us wide open to do that, so we are going to capitalize on his mistake and go up 4-1. So it was a pretty good game. Once again, when you have lower players, you tend to play a little bit smarter because you know you can't make as many mistakes. And that is all she wrote on this one. So that is going to do it for this episode of the Hut Draft. This was lowest overall once again. The funniest names is coming up right after this. All you guys have to do is go to the description and vote on the funniest names, and that will determine what players I put on my team. Thank you all for the suggestions. So you don't need to suggest anything on this video since it's going to be all what you guys think is the funniest names. Now let's see a couple clips real quick from this game, some of the big hits, and who's the third star of the game, who's the first star of the game. It is actually going to be Olli Maatta, 84 overall, so I don't think we're going to be giving him away. There's nothing really too much to hype, so we'll decide that later. But let's see some of the clips right here, some of the big hits. This is Olli Maatta rocking James Neal right here, just flattening him out on the back. Then you got him trying to get out of the zone. Pasternak coming in, just laying him out, cleaning his clock. That was an awesome hit right there. Then Pacioretty trying to get out of the zone. Alex Kalor, Christmas card. Merry Christmas to you, Pacioretty. Flattens him on his back. And then it might have been an offsides, but Connor Carrick has something to tell you about it. That's the attitude we bring to these games. And that's the attitude of the lowest overall Hut Draft. We will kill you guys on the ice, and we did so with the 4-1 victory. So once again, Olli Maatta was the first star of the game. Not really sure what we're going to do with the giveaway since he's a kind of low card, maybe worth 400 pucks or so. So once again, just go to my Twitter and be sure to like and retweet, and make sure you're following me, and I will decide a giveaway whenever I kind of figure out what I'm actually giving away. So be sure to go and check my Twitter after this video is posted, and you'll see what I have decided on there. Once again, guys, that is going to do it for this episode of the Hut Draft. This was lowest overall. Thank you guys very much for the suggestion. It turned out a lot better than I expected, to be honest. So if you guys could, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you guys are new. I hope you guys are having a great day. Enjoy the rest of your day. This is PackDaddy. I'm out.